What's up, everybody? It's Bam with Hang Free once again, and today we're going to give a really quick video on how to use our 3D printed gear hanger or 3D printed bow dash gear hanger kit. This is how it'll arrive at your house. What you're going to want to do is open it up, and what will be inside is going to be a strap, has a rubber band around it. We'll get into that in just a second, and it's going to have 4 different pieces that are 3D printed. They're not pictured on the website, but we do send every single kit with this green band, which I'll show you in just a second. There's going to be a bow hanger and 3 gear hanger pieces in the kit. As you can see, there'll be 3 gear hanger pieces. What you'll want to do, and you can do this before hitting the woods, is taking your strap, kind of raveling it. What you're going to end up having for the strap is both sides, meaning this end and the other end, is going to have a fixed or sewn loop. There'll be a little loop portion here and a G-hook buckle. On the other end, I mentioned, same thing, G-hook buckle, sewn loop. You're only going to need to focus kind of one end right now. That will be for the 3D printed pieces. Sorry, I'm sure you can hear the door opening and closing. We're still manufacturing and building orders as we're taking these videos as well. So what you want to do, lay your G-hook down. This is the top of the G-hook here. This would be the bottom. You want the top of the G-hook facing upward. As I'm sure you can see. Why? Can you see that? All good? All right. You'll have your 4 pieces. You can add these by taking that band. You want it right underneath that little lip right here, and you'll eventually roll that up once you get it onto the strap. But as long as the G-hook is facing up, you'll put your strap through that little slot in each piece, and that will leave your pieces facing up or facing out, as well as the G-hook facing up. From there, you take that little band, you roll that onto there. That'll keep that strap from ever slipping out, but you can still move your pieces and adjust to where you need it. That just makes it so that these pieces can never fall off. You'll do that for all your pieces. You can do them in whatever kind of order you'd like. Again, rolling that band on there. I can still adjust, but that can't come out of there. So if you wanted 1 gear hanger piece here, then your bow hanger, then your gear hanger, and another one, you can do that. It just kind of depends on how you like your gear to be set up. It's really kind of up to you. You just honestly mess around with it, change things up, try it out. Again, you can always remove this and change it while you're in the tree. It doesn't matter, but I'll get the other 2 pieces on. We'll see at the tree, show you how to actually attach it and all the features that it offers. So that's how I'll kind of set it up roughly. Again, you have 2 more pieces, but it's however you'd like. I'll show you on the tree the rest of the way, and you can really decide how you want to set it up. All right, everybody, if you didn't see the disclaimer, I actually did that backwards, so I just instructed you to do it completely backward. Make sure that your gear hanger pieces are facing the bottom of the G-hook buckle, not to the top of it. I just did it backwards on the table. If you didn't see the disclaimer that we probably threw up on the screen letting you know that I'm telling you wrong, then just go ahead, pause the video, switch them around, and then I'll show you how to actually use it. I personally kind of preload mine by setting it, this G-hook closer to the fixed loop to where I can feed it around the tree. It just makes it so that this gear hanger isn't, when I'm trying to attach it, isn't all floppy and just hanging down. So once you have your pieces like this, what you'll do is you'll take your fixed loop, you're gonna hold that. I like to go left to right. You can go right to left. It won't make a difference. I like to hold that kind of fixed loop almost right in front of me and feed that G-hook around. Feed it around the tree to where there's no coils, no twists in it. And then I take that plastic G-hook, put it right through that little fixed loop. And I'll just hold the logo portion or the sewn loop portion, and I just pull to the other side. So as you can see, I'm not overdoing it or over cranking it. I'm gonna loosen it up, move it around the tree so you can actually see it a little bit better. I just hold the logo portion and give it a pull. That's all you need. It's gonna hold where you want it. If you saw that the back was a little bit droopy, you can kind of pick that back up now that it's tightened up and then re-tighten one more time. We did actually end up switching from a metal buckle with an AM steel loop and another metal buckle and a heavier webbing, as we were requested to make one that didn't have metal, that was a bit lighter, and this is the option. If you sit here and you really crank on this plastic G-hook, it will break, just like really any other piece of gear you need. I know it's holding up all your expensive gear. We're well aware of that. It's just that it's gonna hold where you set it. You don't need to over crank it. So once it's tight to the tree, just leave it where it is. It's not gonna slip, it's not gonna slide. You don't need to, have it so tight, it's gonna be hard to get off. So from there, you can kind of position, before you have a bunch of weight on it, it's easier to position these gear pieces to where you want them. I'll put my bow hanger on the left side, as it's just a little bit easier to kind of pick up. I'll put a hook over here. I might have one on the back side, like a quiver, anything that I don't use regularly. I'll kind of hang on the back side of the tree where you guys can't even see right now. But my bow goes here. I actually like to have this buckle a little bit off center. But if you like to use your backpack as your knee or your kind of a knee cushion, then you kind of want this, wherever this strap is, that's where you can hang your backpack from. And I'll show you what I mean. What you do is you take that other G-hook buckle, you can pull it all the way up tight to kind of the next one. And then as you're setting up, you can take your backpack and what you'll want to do is feed the excess of this through like the handle or whatever it is that you can kind of attach it to. And you'll place, once it's through whatever you're trying to hang, you'll place it, that fixed loop on the other end, back through that G-hook buckle, and that'll hang down there. So obviously this is a smaller tree than what most of us hunt. This backpack would usually be a bit higher as more of this strap would be used up. But it would be adjustable. If I wanted it way lower and completely out of my way, I could loosen this G-hook and that would give more length to this backpack. It is off the ground. If it doesn't look like it, I'm just showing you so that you know it's holding everything that we're putting on there. This backpack is my backpack. It's loaded down with attachments for platform 6 stands. It's got my gear hoist in there. It's got calls in there. It's got basically everything I regularly bring out to the woods. It is fully loaded. It's not just an empty backpack. My bow, I'm gonna swing around to this side of the tree. Fully loaded. I've got 2 stabilizers on there, a big old Spot Hog Eddy, 6 arrows that are full metal jackets. You name it, it's on there. So I even still have the kickstand on the bow. So this will go onto this side. I will kind of make sure this is level and then put it through. Since I do have a fixed quiver, I kind of put it in through a weird spot on the bow, but you could always hang it off the limb. So that's the bow on there. And then from my backpack, this is the new KIU bag. I guess I'm just lucky to have it. It does have a kind of internal organizer. I got hot hands in there. I got a headlamp, my releases in there. As you can see by this little cord, I have my rangefinder. I got down here. I got some more calls in there. Basically, it is fully loaded as well. I usually hang that off to my right on one of those little gear hangers. Might see a little bit of slip. It's a perfectly slick tree. Yes, the buckle is kind of twisted or torqued, but it's not going to break. It's going to hold your gear. I've used these for 2 or 3 seasons. As long as you're not over cranking it, it's going to be more than strong while holding up everything you can possibly imagine. This is, again, exactly what I would bring to the woods. Obviously, I'd have my saddle, my tether, but that's not going on this gear hanger anyways. But that's a quick rundown of how to use our gear hanger. If you got any questions, if you want to see another video, go comment that down below in the comment box or shoot us an email using the contact button on our website. It's very simple, very easy to use whenever I'm ready to go. Obviously, everything just kind of comes off the way I put it on. Usually, my gear hanger is actually the last thing to come off of the tree. Again, that's how you want to set it up. So I'm just rambling at this point. I'm Van with Hang Free. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, any questions, any videos you want to see, comment them down below. And thanks for watching. Good luck out there and happy hunting.